So, just to introduce the guys who are up here with me, some of you will know who they are already. Some of you will just recognise them more so when they're a selection of cuboids. But first up, we have Duncan.
Hello.
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 So Duncan, chiefly known as a scientist, I guess, more than a video producer. I'm trying to think of the things you've invented over the years. There's mainly cocktails, it seems to be, but some impressive stuff. Next to Duncan is his, I'm not sure, partner in crime, apprentice, I don't know what you go by really nowadays.
Partner in crime.
Partner in crime, it's Kim.
Hello, hi everyone.
So, Kim, are you excited to be here at Rezzed? Is this?
I'm terrified.
You're terrified. Well, think how they feel. They've got to listen to you talk. Anyway.
That is, sorry about that.
So, next to Kim, sup guys? It's everyone's favourite.
Sup guys?
It's Zylus. Now, Zylus was delayed for 4 hours yesterday in an airport, and I think you're on the other side now. Are you feeling okay?
Yeah, I'm feeling fine now.
You're feeling good? You ready to
that's
answer some questions?
I'm ready. Yeah.
You're ready, that's good. Okay, next to Zylus, you might not recognise her without an owl, but it is, of course, everyone's favourite, Hannah.
Hello.
Hannah, what would you say is your kind of most anticipated thing for today? You know, is it the signing later? Is it this panel now? What's exciting you?
I'm looking forward to the panel, actually. We'll see how it goes, because I'm like Kim.
Like Kim, a little bit nervous.
Terrified.
Okay, that's fine. And finally, the gentleman on the end, an absolute trooper. He's early stages of a cold, man flu, who knows what. It's Sjin.
Hey.
So we asked you all via email to suggest some questions. So I've got them very professionally just on my phone. It's fine. And we're just going to go through some. If we have some time at the end, we can take some more from the audience. And equally, I think the guys have questions they want to ask each other as well. But I'm not sure how that would go.
Where's that tenner you owe me?
He doesn't carry money. So first up, big popular question that went to the whole panel was firstly is how did you guys start out on YouTube? And what made YouTube a thing for you? So Duncan, if you'd like to go first.
Well, let me see. I was friends with Simon Lewis before the whole Yogscast thing, and I was kind of doing a bit of artwork for them in the early days of Yogscast. And the first Christmas live stream, I think it was during that. Simon didn't feel like live stream much, so I joined in with Lewis, and then he told me to make a channel, so I did. And here I am. There we go.
I fear it's going to be the same answer of just Lewis told me to. But Kim, you had a slightly different beginning.
Yeah, so you guys hired me as a video editor. And so I was video editing for the main channel for about 6 months, something like that.
Maybe 8 months? I'm not sure, but yeah, about that.
Seemed like longer.
Yeah.
But yeah, and Lewis basically asked me if I'd like to do a channel because I have a background in presenting on PlayStation Access, who we now also own. So I started up my channel, and here I am now.
There we go, Zylus, newer to the world of YouTube.
Yeah, well, about a few years ago, I did a Skyrim unboxing video on the main Yogscast channel, and right afterwards, Lewis actually asked me, "Are you interested in the channel?" And at the time, I felt I was a bit too young, so I declined, which was not the greatest idea. But a few months ago, I basically asked, can I still accept that offer of you? And they just said yes, and here I am right now.
It's cool. Hannah.
So I'm very similar to Duncan. I was in the Raiding Guild, World of Warcraft, and then one day they were doing, I think it was the Advent Christmas song thing they did, and I suddenly got can you respec as a tree and just dance? And then it sort of went from there, really. So.
A lot of people were asked to become a tree and then join the Yogscast, so that's a nice tip for people as well. Sjin.
I originally kind of started working with Sips because when he started his channel, he said, "Hey, do you want to come on and give me a hand and work together?" And I said, "Yeah." And it was really fun. I mean, I'd made videos before for YouTube, just hobbyist kind of stuff. And Lewis said, you enjoy this and you seem to be okay at it. Would you like to? And I said, yeah.
Did you ever think that you would be as successful as you are? Would as many people watch you as they do? Did that ever come
Initially,
to mind?
I think like the first video I made was a kind of like a let's build, which is just me time-lapsing, kind of building over a while. And I didn't speak through much of it at all, so I kind of thought to myself, that's what people wanted to see, just Minecraft. And then I got comments saying, why aren't you talking? Put a bit more personality into it. And so kind of, I didn't think people would be interested in my personality, but then it grew on from that, so...
Okay, good stuff. So we had a few more questions that kind of go to the group. So this is one of my favourite ones. James, if you're out in the audience, there's probably a couple of Jameses. But he asked, if you could be in one game universe for a day, which universe and which game would that be? Kim?
Mass Effect.
Mass Effect?
Yeah. Because I
Pre
love
or post
space.
Reapers?
Well, probably pre.
You'd like to fight the Reapers?
I will fight
Okay.
for the cause of humanity and alien kind.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
But I just love space. I love, Star Trek, Star Wars, all of that kind of thing. And I love Mass Effect. I love the universe. I love Garrus. So it would be great. Yeah.
You can calibrate me anytime.
It would be great to meet Garrus in real life. And
It's not going to happen, but anyway.
It's not going to happen. But Mass
that's
Effect,
good.
yeah.
Lovely. Duncan?
Well, I think I'm not alone here by saying it would be awesome to have a Pokemon. So, yeah, Pokemon.
Stole that. You stole that. I had
Well,
that last night.
I think the others would also agree with me that it would be an awesome world to be in.
Is it pretty much all Pokemon? Is that
Yeah.
I think that's
fantastic?
Skyrim, maybe.
pretty unanimous here.
I like that. We play a lot of Minecraft, but really what we want to play is Pokemon. So are there any songs planned/recorded? And if so, what are they called? And then more importantly, to Hannah, will there be a song from you at some point? And that's from Nick.
I have no idea.
So in terms of songs at the moment, we're actually doing a new Diggy Diggy Hole. Because that's exactly what the world wanted, apparently, was more of that. I don't know how Simon comes up with lyrics. If you're not familiar with it, it's basically I'm a dwarf and I'm digging a hole for about 3.5 minutes. So the new version has slightly more to it, but not much more, I'll be honest with you. But Hannah, are you interested in doing a song? I think post Big Girl, where you had the little line at the end.
Well, and the other one we don't talk about.
And we don't talk about Arthur's Baby, which is that still available? I think no, it's gone. Are you going to be interested in doing a song? Is that something do people want Hannah to sing a song? I don't know.
I do.
Couple.
No.
Sing one now. That's an even better idea.
I
But
got sore
unfortunately,
throat.
we
I'm
got
getting
time
Sing
issues.
Arthur's Baby.
Yeah, maybe later. Didn't we have that for the fundraiser? If we raised enough, you were going to sing it.
I did.
You did sing it.
I did.
Yeah.
I think that is actually available somewhere.
That is
to watch
available on Twitch, so you can probably check that one
terrifying
out.
thing.
Okay, but are you? So you're interested in doing a song?
Sure.
Sure, great,
Why not?
cool. Okay, so Sjin, with regards to your Feed the World series, do you think we're going to see more storyline from the likes of Strawfingers? And that's from Bradley.
Thanks for the question, Bradley. It's a tricky one because it's always a balance between building and kind of progressing with the mod pack and the farm, and then throwing in some story. A lot of people tend to dislike the story aspect, but I think Strawfingers is a cool dude when he's not being a jerk, and I like throwing that into the mix, and I don't feel like the series can end until he's been kind of confronted. So yeah, I want to do more with Strawfingers.
Okay, that sounds good. Duncan, did you seriously crash that ship accidentally? Bradley asked as well.
I assume you mean the Moon Quest one, because I do crash a lot of ships.
Yeah. And was it an accident?
It was an accident, yeah. Yeah.
So what part of the space bar did you miss?
Well, no, I did press the space bar. I just didn't hold the space bar.
You kept pressing it instead of holding it.
Well,
What's
kind
the
of
wording? I forget what the
expected.
wording is on the screen, isn't it?
Yeah, it says hold space
Hold
to not
space.
die.
Okay. Okay. I can see how you get confused by doing the wrong
I
thing.
expected a parachute to come out, actually, because everyone told me it would.
Yeah.
So,
Again, I'm not sure,
when
because
it
you play a
didn't,
lot
I
of
got
Kerbal
confused.
Space Program. I thought you would have known about whole parachutes on the moon
Yeah, but
not
I
really
didn't
being a
expect
thing.
the mod maker to know that. I don't
Okay,
know.
right, fair enough. Hannah, we've had a question from Kylie. Who do you love more, Mr. Owl or Lewis? And I think a lot of people have been wondering.
It's difficult. It's difficult, but Mr. Owl doesn't eat my chocolate. So I'd have to go with that.
Really? Well, that's good. I'm not sure how owls would get on with chocolate. If they're like dogs, where it's bad. I don't know. Kim, what is it like working with Duncan, and what's next in Galacticraft?
Working with Duncan is great.
Do you want Duncan to leave so we can get the proper
Yeah,
answer?
if Duncan could just leave the stage for a second. No, it is great. The biggest problem at the moment is that Duncan forgets a lot of things. And not just in between recording sessions, but we'll start a recording session, remember what it is we're doing, and then an hour later he'll go, "Why did we make this?" And you're meant to be teaching me. So it's not great having a teacher that just has sporadic bouts of amnesia. Sorry, Duncan. But yeah, we got a lot of laughs. We got a lot of laughs. So yeah.
I can see that. Being a thing. Zylus, we saw you in the Christmas live streams with Nazi and Panda, sporting some amazing costumes. Are we going to see any collaborations on your channel with Nazi or Panda? That's from James.
Well, I've been talking with Panda quite a bit, and we are planning to do something. We're not quite sure what game we are going to be recording yet, but we definitely want to do something. Nazi is not very big on collabs, so probably not. We just keep it to the live streams, because that works quite well together. But yeah, expect something with Panda pretty soon.
Cool. Question to all of you now. What were your favourite games to play while growing up? What kind of games defined who you are today as gamers?
Probably Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past was probably my first big game that I just obsessed over for ages. And Final Fantasy VI.
Yeah, I grew up on Age of Empires 2 and Warcraft 3. Yeah, I used to make maps for them, which is probably why I became a creative person, I think. It's one of the main reasons. Yeah, I love those games.
They're good games.
I grew up on Beyond Good and Evil and Pokemon mainly. Those are the two big games for me.
I grew up with like Dungeon Keeper and Tomb Raider and some early sort of DOS games, really. We didn't have a console in my house, but we did have
Back in my day.
Eventually. So I got like Mario and things like that slightly later on. So same sort of stuff, really.
Yeah, I grew up on Pong.
Yeah, I was waiting for that. Yeah.
Old. No, I used to be into FPS like Quake, Doom, Counter-Strike a lot, but then I kind of discovered RPGs around 15, 16, so like Baldur's Gate, Final Fantasy as well, and that's when I really kind of found a love for that.
Fantastic. Sjin, just staying on you, for your builds, how much planning do you do, and what's the process? What's the timescale between an idea and the build and the completion? And that's from Bradley, James, and Stephen, all basically asked the same question.
Well, first you need an idea, and then you can do one of two things. You can look at existing structures and kind of things that people have done and take, I guess, inspiration from that and use them as reference images and try and copy them as best you can within Minecraft and the kind of primitive blocks you get. Or you can just rely on your imagination and just see what happens as you put the blocks down. Most of the time, I kind of borrow from several different kind of structures and buildings to go into like the final build. So it's usually you build something that's like a combination of existing structures and ideas. And then, it takes a long time. It depends. The bigger the project, the longer it takes, obviously. So recently, I've been kind of thinking I should probably stick to smaller projects because you always think, I can build this. Oh yeah, it'd be really cool. It'll take me like 2 days, and then it takes you like 6 months, and you're like, okay, but yeah, it takes a while.
So, any tips to aspiring builders out there in the audience? You know, what are the kind of the core pillars of doing a Let's Build?
I think it's a lot like any kind of artist that kind of starts, and you have shapes, for example, where you kind of just, I don't know, you're building a person, say you use circles and things, and it all looks kind of bad to start with, but you keep going, you keep filling in the lines and things, and it slowly comes together, and that's usually how it happens in Minecraft when you're building. I mean, it'll look bad at the start, but you just keep going, keep adding, taking off, and you'll get there eventually, and it will look good.
Cool, fantastic. My phone's just gone to sleep. That's fine. Again, professional. Kim, why do you use the wrong tools in Minecraft? And that's from everyone in the whole world.
Noob.
Because it's hilarious. Because, well, this is the thing, is that if you notice everyone in the Yogscast does this, you do it, Sips does it a lot, but I get in trouble for it because I'm the new person.
But the thing is that they have already graduated. You're an apprentice. You should be practicing the correct skills. So once you have the qualification, you can then choose when to use it or not.
It's because I'm in the moment. I'm too busy concentrating on banter with Duncan to realise that I'm using a pickaxe on dirt. I realise it causes a lot of people agony. And to be honest, I'm starting to find it a little bit funny when I get comments.
So it's a little bit on purpose.
Yeah, so it is a little bit on purpose because I know what the comments are going to say. I know what the tweets I'm going to get and that kind of thing. I will try and be better and behave, but sometimes I can't resist just, chipping away at something with the wrong tool because it is sort of a little bit funny.
Cool, thank you. Hannah, of what you have played so far, are you liking the characters in The Walking Dead Episode 2 over Episode 1?
Now, the problem is where the game has just ended. I'm not going to spoil it, but it's in a situation where pretty much everyone is a douche, apart from
Spoilers.
Clem. Wow. So, no, I mean things like I miss certain characters from Season 1, again, to avoid spoilers. I'm sure you can guess who. So, yes and no. I think I probably still prefer Season 1 because it was the original base of characters. So I am attached to them, regardless of whether they're there or not.
There we go. That's pretty much all the questions we've got already here. Do you guys want to ask each other a couple of questions? Because I think you had some. And then I think we've got a little bit of time to maybe take a few in the audience. So I don't know if anyone didn't manage to email us who has a burning question. If not, we've got our signing at 1, so you can certainly ask a quick question to the guys then, and I'm sure we'll be floating around for the whole day. So if you see us, please feel free to come up and say hi. Any questions?
Hannah, do you want to do... What horror games do you want to do after we finish Outlast?
Well, we've got the new Haunted Memories, whenever that comes out.
Oh, great.
We've got Outlast DLC in April.
There's DLC?
Yes.
Oh, no.
Yes, in theory, Alien Isolation, if it's any good.
Yeah, we're going to check that out
That's
later
on the
today.
show floor, isn't it?
If it's not Colonial Marines all over again.
No, I've had a play on it. It's very good. It is very good.
Good.
But don't take my word for it. Check it out on the show floor.
And The Evil Within.
Oh, yes, and that, which is going to be amazing.
Just a show of hands, who actually watches scary games on YouTube? It's actually a load of you.
Wow.
Of you, who would actually also play a scary game? Oh, no, it's as many. That's the thing. Because for me, I hate
all
playing
insane.
them. Watching them's bad enough, but playing them's just horrible. Why'd you do it to yourself?
I don't know. I don't know. We
asked
recorded
ourselves.
Outlast yesterday.
Yeah.
And I almost died. There was a bit where I just kind of slid under the table and I was like, please, end this.
Well, it's like, I just can't see how that's enjoyable. But there you go, fair enough. Sjin, you had a question. You were looking...
Yeah, I just wanted to know when we can see some more vlog time with Zylus.
Question on everyone's lips. I know Sips, I was chatting to Sips yesterday, and he was saying that vlog time with Zylus is his favourite vlog time that there is currently on your channel.
Yeah, well, whenever I've got something to say, basically. I basically record those vlogs if there's something coming up, or if there's a game I'm going to play, or if there's something that's happened that I want people to know about. So I'm probably going to have a vlog after Rezzed, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. Are you going to say nice things about everyone, though, yeah?
I'll try.
Cool. So Duncan and I, we just came back from San Francisco for doing GDC.
That was
And I
great.
think we had a fantastic time out there. But one thing I want to know, Duncan, is of the games you saw out there, is there anything that sticks in your mind as one that would actually be a fun and good one to play that's going to be coming out?
The new Kerbal stuff looks amazing.
So we saw the redirect mission. I think that came out actually yesterday. So do any of you guys play Kerbal Space Program? I don't know. There's a couple in there.
Yeah.
It is amazing. It's a fantastic game, and the new mode allows you to capture asteroids and just fly them, redirect them.
You can make them into part of your ship, so you can make like giant asteroid.
So like you could build
ships.
Red Dwarf.
Yeah.
It would just be amazing.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. We had a go, and Duncan managed to basically land, I think is what we decided, an asteroid into Kerbin. The ship completely disintegrated, but the asteroid itself was fine.
Yeah.
So there, on that world, there's a lovely asteroid just sat.
Actually, I do have a question for you, Turbs.
Oh, for me? Okay.
Yeah. Where is that hat you bought?
Where's the hat? It's actually at home.
Because you wore it once.
I wore it once. It was $100. I bought a hat purely because it was called the Sammy, because Samuel Jackson wore it, and I thought, he's a cool guy. Maybe if I wear that hat, I'll be a cool guy. Sadly, it didn't really work out for me, guys, and so...
I thought it looked good.
I thought, no. One thing I have heard, though, is there's some merch over on the Yogscast stand that does make you look like a cool guy. And it's a lot cheaper than $100. I think that's pretty much all the time we have at the moment. But otherwise, thank you very much, and I hope you really enjoy the rest of Rezzed. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good Rezzed.
Yeah.